go over it again one more time.
So I tell Sandy that I want to have a menage a trois with her and her roommate.
That's right.
And you believe this course of action will have a two-pronged effect. Firstly, the very mention of the idea will cause Sandy to recoil in disgust, whereupon she will insist that I remove myself from the premises.
Keep going.
At this point, it is inevitable that she will seek out the roommate to apprise her of this abhorrent turn of events.
Continue.
The roommate will then offer her friend the requisite sympathy, even as part of her cannot help but feel somewhat flattered by her inclusion in the unusual request.
A few days go by, and a call is placed at a time when Sandy is known to be busy at work. Once the initial awkwardness is relieved with a little playful humor, which she, of course, cannot resist, an invitation to a friendly dinner is proffered.
Well, it all sounds pretty good. There's only one flaw in it. They're roommates. She'd have to go out with me behind Sandy's back. She's not gonna do that.
You disappoint me, my friend. Sandy wants nothing to do with you. She tells Laura, if you want to waste your time with that pervert, that's your problem.
It's a perfect plan. So inspired, so devious, yet so simple.
This is what I do.
Reach for the sky, boy. KK! Hook shot him!
Yeah, he had a big ass booty.
He's the only Mexican that performed.
Both.
Did he perform? Was he supposed to perform?
He did perform, yeah.
Oh, he did?
And I didn't see him perform because I caught it late.
I saw the clip.
I saw
I didn't even see that
a
clip. What the
picture
fuck?
of someone posting that he performed.
Do you think it had something to do with it being Juneteenth?
I don't understand. I thought Juneteenth was like on the 16th or something like that. It's on June 19th.
It was Juneteenth yesterday.
Yeah, it was Juneteenth. Facts.
I respect it.
Do you think that had something to do with it?
Had something to do with what? The fact that they do the show that day? Or that there were no Mexicans on stage?
There you go. Do you think it was supposed to be like...
First of all, let me start off by saying congratulations to Kendrick Lamar and all of the wonderful individuals that performed last night.
Hell yeah, shut him up.
So I'm not trying to go racial with it, but I will say...
Oh, we're just picking each other, like, picking each other's brains apart.
Although it was Juneteenth, and I believe that's in remembrance of the massacre. I don't want to be wrong, but is it in Tulsa or in Selma?
I don't even know.
Or a place over there? I could be wrong, and I hate to be wrong, but I know it's in remembrance of a massacre that took place, right? I like to say that the Mexican people have been persecuted in this wonderful land for a long, long, long time. You're in Mexico right now.
Is that right?
I mean, you're in America, but if we're going to get all super duper.
Historical.
This is Mexico's land, boy.
Why do you talk like that if it's Mexico's land?
So, but yeah. Am I wrong for the statement I'm making right now?
Yes! Yes! Yes, nigga! Okay. Can A-Track talk now? Can I talk? Yep, y'all see it, right? Y'all see the flag in the back. Honduras. Cuban. No flag there though. Jamaican, no flag there either. Blackfoot Indian. All four of those elements make A-Track brown. I don't, in any way, shape, or form, have any ill will towards any Latino people. I feel, at least I feel, like a lot of black people feel, that a lot of Latino people, or Hispanic, whatever term is comfortable that you like using, whatever term is comfortable for you, that we are the same people. At least those who are of Afro descent. Obviously, if you are a Latino of European descent, then you are not of my people, of my ilk, if you want to say whatever. That doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that, you know, I'm telling y'all to F off or to hell with them. I'm just saying, you know, it's not the same. I want to first say this. If you're going to be in that comment section, being anti-Mexican or anti-Latino, if you can't express yourself without being anti that, I'm going to fucking delete your comment. Plain and simple, because I want to make this clear. This ain't about hating on Mexican people. This is about this particular idiot right here. This particular idiot right here. To even start this conversation, which divides us even further. You know, because I can pretty sure guarantee that by the time I get this video up, there's already going to be mad people discussing it. My cousin made a joke in the comment section for my Kendrick reaction, my Kendrick Lamar pop out concert, that when I said, because I said this, I said all he needed was some Mexicans on stage. And now I was being sincere. I was joking, but I was also being sincere. I felt that, you know, you could have had some Mexicans up on stage or whatever. He didn't have to. He didn't have to. And I only felt the way I felt only because, you know, it was L.A. And so I'm like, if you're going to be complete, have some of the Mexican brothers up there too. You know what I'm saying? But it was a joke. I ain't going around making this statement and saying this shit right here. Before I get to what I'm about to say, I almost forgot. My cousin said, no, we don't need no Mexicans on stage, because next thing you know, they'll say Kendrick Lamar wouldn't exist without them. which is it's a play on a discussion that I and many of my friends have been having recently. I don't know what made this come about. This came about a few months ago, I think last year, and it resurfaced again. And that is, you know, the Latino presence in the inception of hip hop. You know, Puerto Ricans to be exact. KRS-One said that, you know, hip hop wouldn't exist without Puerto Ricans. A lot of black people feel, and I'm one of them, that you can't make that statement. Now, mind you, my feelings is just simple. I don't think it's right to say it wouldn't exist. You have some black people that don't want to give them credit at all. I'm not doing that. I'm giving the Latinos credit. I'm giving the Puerto Ricans credit for their contributions in hip hop. Dead ass. You can't take that away from any of them. I just feel that it's not accurate to say it wouldn't exist. You know, now granted, I wasn't there from the beginning. So I ask y'all the same question I've asked a lot of people. Can you name me any major element of hip hop that Puerto Ricans invented or founded, where if it wasn't created, it wouldn't exist? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm asking. 5 major elements of hip hop, in my opinion, the way I see it, the way I've always seen it, was MCing, DJing, breakdancing, and then you have the fashion aspect and graffiti. Now, there was a time where I thought that the Latino people didn't invent the graffiti, and I was giving them much props. I was even saying it. I was like, we wouldn't even have graffiti if it was for Latino people. That was very young in my life. I think I was in my late teens, early 20s. And my cousin was like, nah, bro. Phase 2 was the one who started all that, and he was black. And I seen Beat Street, but I never seen Wild Style at that time. Then I saw Wild Style. I was about 23. And I was like, okay, I get it. All right. So all I'm saying is, all I'm asking is, if there's any of those elements that they created, is there any other element of hip hop that if that element wasn't there, hip hop wouldn't exist? If you can tell me something that they did that created, that they created, then I'll shut the hell up. I'm like, fine. That's my only stance on it. But now I see this, and it's like the jokes that we tell, now it makes it seem almost real when you hear this. And here you have this guy who has no idea what Juneteenth is or is about. He said Tulsa, Oklahoma. Was that what Juneteenth was? Bro, understand. Now, you can say what you want about the concert. I don't care. You sitting there talking about Mexican people have been persecuted in this country. Of course. Mexicans, black people, poor white people in general, Irish, Italians. There is not a single group, single ethnicity in this country that hasn't gone through some type of persecution. You want to have a discussion about who went through it worse? That's completely different. You can have that discussion. And I think we'll understand who had it worse in the early histories of this country between, black and brown. But the discussion is, the topic in general, I'm saying persecution. We all were persecuted. Again, but Juneteenth isn't about the Mexican people or y'all persecutions. It's about the emancipation of slavery, the emancipation of black people, the so-called ending of slavery, the ending of physical slavery. Because basically we're all slaves now. It's just economically. But, getting whooped on your back type shit, slavery was over with. Or at least was announced, or whenever they got to the last person, or to the last state. I believe it was Texas. You don't even know what Juneteenth is, but you're going to sit here and try to tell us that you felt the homies. The homies. Where'd you get that word, by the way? The homies. What nation of people did you take that word from or borrow that word from? It's not about you right now, bro. It's not about you right now. Could you imagine if I did a show where, let's say, Kid Frost did a concert for Cinco de Mayo, and I was like, I felt, he had the brothers on stage, the brothers didn't feel represented, man. I don't know, bro. It's funny to me because when In the Heights came out and Afro-Latino people were saying we felt that we weren't being represented in that movie, y'all was telling us to shut the fuck up. Y'all was telling us to shut the fuck up. And there was also an actress telling us to calm down. I forgot her name. It's a Latina actress. I forgot. She's an older woman. She was on some series, but I forgot. Lin-Manuel Miranda was like, I hear you, and I'll try harder, I'll do better, or whatever. Now, I didn't care. I mean, I didn't give a damn. But I am aware of the outcry of when that came out, when that dropped. And I remember the responses. We were told to shut the hell up. Stop complaining. And I don't want to make this a black versus Hispanic thing. I don't want to have this conversation is not about black versus Hispanic. It's not about Afro Latino versus Euro Latino versus Indio Latino. Nah, it's not about any of that. It's about knowing what the you're talking about. And this guy has no clue. He has no clue. He has no clue what he's talking about. He has no clue what road he's going down. And what a slippery slope this starts. Because I'm already doing a video on it. I'm contributing to it, even though my intention, like I said, if you're saying anything anti-Latino and anti-black, you're getting deleted. This is about this dude trying to say, you know, back to what I was saying about, you know, Latinos in hip hop. But this right here is just, it doesn't help us. It doesn't. I don't know what's on this guy's mind, why he feels that way. Now, again, I was saying that, but I'm joking around. But again, I'm not from Cali. You know, I was just saying, if as a Cali thing, you know, have some essays up there or whatever. But not because it was Juneteenth, because it's got nothing to do with you. He don't know what Juneteenth even is, and going to try to tell us, going to tell Kendrick, you need some homies up on stage. Nigga, please. Give me a break. All right, now look. I already had to grow up with people telling me that I wasn't Hispanic enough because I didn't really speak Spanish too well or at all. Or I was too dark or I looked too black. We already know those conversations. I ain't even trying to have that. But again, what the hell is wrong with this guy? This ain't about you. Again, it's not. It's just not. And you can, I don't care what opinion you have when you look at it from a different standpoint. Like, oh, it's not about Kendrick. Kendrick didn't do this about anybody. It's all about him. I don't care about any of that shit. Save that crap, because you know you hating at the end of the day. Just like he's doing. He hating. Kendrick ain't got to have y'all on stage. What the hell are you talking about? You ain't going to have us on stage? You not. Period. I can't even name Mexican rappers right now. But I'm guarantee you, if they do some concert on Cinco de Mayo, you ain't going to have a bunch of brothers up on stage with y'all. It ain't going to happen. Now, I'm all for a black and brown alliance all damn day, but there's certain shit you shouldn't say, like this. Nigga, please. Fuck out of here, bro. I couldn't even believe that. Like my man sent me this and said, you got to watch this and you got to react to it. So I did so, and I wish that I hadn't. Because this is some seriously sad shit. Why do you have to have this conversation? Why do you have to start this? And look, it's shit like this that you know, it's a culmination of things. But you know, for the ignorant who will go out there and do things. I remember the conversation in itself of Latinos' contributions to hip hop has, you know, gotten to the point where that lip smacking, money fiend, fake ass conscious, social pimp Tariq Nasheed, he's making some documentary or made some documentary, and in that documentary, they're specifically trying to rule out Latinos in hip hop in general. That's what it seems like to me. Not just saying, no, you know, you can't say it wouldn't exist. Oh, no, they had nothing to do with it. They had nothing to do with hip hop when it first came out, and that's ridiculous. Saying that it wouldn't exist, disagree with. Saying it had nothing to do with, also disagree with. They had a lot to do with it. They just did not, it just would not, I just don't feel you can say it wouldn't exist. But they definitely made contributions, major contributions. Do I think it would exist? Yes. Do I think it would sound differently? Definitely. That's what you can say. It would exist, but it probably have a different type of sound to it. There's no way you're gonna sit there and try to convince me that DJ Herc wouldn't exist because there were no Latinos around. You know what I'm saying? And the whole Jamaican thing, I was saying that was false too. But then when I heard KRS-One's explanation, I said, okay, you're right. Because he was talking about, you know, African Bambaataa and himself and so others being the children of Jamaican immigrants. So yeah, he's not wrong. If I don't know Melly Mel's or anybody else's nationality. I don't know if they have family that come from the islands. But if you do have these particular black people who help create hip hop, if their families came from the islands via Africa or whatever, then yeah, you can say, you know, it wouldn't exist without West Indians because it was the descendants, it was these people's children who helped do this. That's it. I mean, Biggie was Jamaican. If you didn't have Jamaicans, you wouldn't have Biggie. Biggie was Jamaican, period. Period. So, you know, I hate hearing this crap because we supposed to be a people where we come together. And when I talk about reaching my people first, that's what I mean, black and brown. To hell with the rest of the world. To hell with the rest of the world. Let's come together first. Then we can go out to the rest of the world. How the hell am I going to try to fix what's going on with my neighbors when I can't fix what's going on in my own home? So I'm all about uniting us when it comes to that. Black and brown, I'm totally against any type of division when it comes to us. In general, but when it comes to us specifically, I'm totally against that. I try to shut that shit down. Now, there was a time period, I ain't going to lie, there was a time period where I was like, the hell with them. Because there were certain things that I was going through. And it was a particular nation. It wasn't them as in general. I remember, also, it's a funny story. I also remember being in high school. It comes down to the whole thing of them being allowed to say nigger. And I said there's a group of Dominicans in my school. One of the kids' name was Jeffrey. I remember him. He's always had this bomb-ass Averex jacket that I wanted. But we was having this whole discussion. He was talking about how, oh, I'm not black, or whatever. You know, I'm not black. I'm this, that, and the third. I'm Dominican, yada, 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 yada. And there was a bunch of them saying it. One of them niggas was darker than me saying he's not black. Y'all already know that. Y'all from New York. If y'all from New York, you don't even got to be from New York. But if you already know this conversation I'm having right now, you know black, puppy, I'm Dominican. Ain't no black. You know what I'm saying? And I said to him, it was about 7 of these niggas in the hallway. It was me and a friend of mine. We was having this conversation. And I said this straight up in front of all of them. I said, you not black? No, I said, all right, understand something then. Since you not black, I don't ever want to hear the word nigga coming out your damn mouth. You don't get to say that because you not black. And if you say it, we're going to have a serious problem. Yeah, that was me. Back when I was 16 years old, I ain't even fronting. And I also said, take off that damn do-rag too. You can't be sitting up here. If you're Latino, you cannot be sitting up here talking about how you denying your blackness, but you still taking the shit that's coming from us, our elements, and saying our shit, saying nigga, nah. If you Latino, you denying your blackness and you say nigga, and I hear you say that, I'm smacking you in your fucking mouth. Plain and simple. Quicker than I'll smack a white person for saying it. Because you want to deny that nigga in you. You don't get to do that. Especially when it's clear that you definitely are black. Some people you'll say, all right, fine. We'll reserve judgment until we get a DNA test. But we talking about fucking a Big Poppy type niggas, you know what I'm saying? This niggas kill me with that shit. Nigga, you talking to me. But it's on a serious note. It's not so much, fine, you're not black American. That's all it is. You're black Latino. You're Afro-Latino. That's what you are. Plain and simple. Again, it's not the majority of Latinos, but there's enough. There's enough. The slavery effect is real. So, the slavery effect is real. So that's it. I went on a rant after hearing this because I couldn't believe the crap that this guy was saying. So, you guys give me your thoughts in the comment section. And again, don't get stupid. I'm just going to delete shit if I see people being stupid. All right. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button. Follow me on Twitter, @ATrackBrown, the number ATRAC Brown. Donate to the channel. Donate to the Cash App if you want. If you're on TikTok, follow the PW Hustle at TikTok. Do not forget the PW Hustle is also on Facebook. All right. Links will be in the comment section and in the description below. This nigga had me taking off my glasses. That's how freaking mad I was. I don't believe this shit. He didn't even know what